Okay, so are you going through the motions? This is a commentary by yours truly. So let's begin, okay? Most people don't move to Vietnam to find themselves. I was the exception. They move here because they're either lost or they want the cost of living and that life is cheaper. They say it's for the adventure, culture, a fresh start, but it's become a routine for them. Coffee, pho, sleep, repeat. Did you hear that? Coffee, pho, sleep, repeat. That's what it is. You think you've escaped the 9 to 5, but you've built the same cage, just with palm trees. You tell yourself you're different. I know I've done it. I'm guilty. That that you're learning. That this is growth. All of this is growth. But deep down, you know you're just coasting. You're just coasting. You just don't do enough to survive. You're not building anything. You're floating. And in a country full of life, you're barely living. And that is probably the biggest criticism that I get personally. But what about you? No one talks about that part. So I'm going to be the first one to give it to you real. Okay? No one talks about this. The quiet part. The dull part. The part where not expat, but expat life starts to feel like a slow fade into irrelevance. You post on your social medias, your Instagrams, your Facebooks, your TikToks, and no one back home really cares. As the year goes by, you're going to see less hearts, likes. You're going to see less people care and subscribing. The novelty of what you're doing will fade. It's a wake-up call. You stop calling your family. You stop setting goals. You stop asking, what the hell, or excuse me, you start asking, what the hell am I even doing here? You became a shadow with a visa. That's what you become. The YouTuber lifestyle that most of these people show you on here, they don't show you this. They'll show you coconuts and coffee shops and call themselves digital nomads. It's infuriating. They edit it to look like some beautiful non-stop journey with rabbits and beautiful women and beaches. I'm here to tell you different. I'm here to tell you what it's really like, or what it can be like. Let me just tell you this. They won't show you the days that they feel exactly like life that they left. They won't show you the days that they feel down. They won't show you the days that are just mirrors of where they came from. Or worse, the days where they feel nothing at all. You're not here for you. You're not here for them. And if you're teaching English here, okay, if you're one of these people who are teaching English here, all right, I want you to listen very closely because this is something that's very passionate to my heart. Those students who trust you with their future, every time you show up unprepared, every time you make fun of their pronunciation, every time you just get through the day, you fail them. And they might not know enough English to say it, but they know. They know when you're half-assing it. They know when your heart's not into it. They know. Kids are not stupid. You owe it to these kids to do the job. You owe it to Vietnam to give it your best. And maybe you think it doesn't matter. Okay, maybe you think it doesn't matter. You know, what difference does one person make? That you're just a small part of their life. But what if you're the only teacher who's ever really cared or even looked at them? What if you're that one teacher who's ever made a small impact on their life? What if one of them becomes something great or doesn't because of you? I want you to think on that. I did all those years. It is a responsibility that you have to carry on your shoulders and be aware of. Vietnam is not your escape. It's someone else's home. This is someone else's home. This is someone else's country. This is someone else's life, their nation. This is sacred to someone, okay? This ain't vacation time. This is someone else's future. This is their families. This is their dreams. And you have to understand the importance and the weight that carries, and your responsibility as a foreigner to respect that. So also, I'll say this clearly, okay? If you're just here for cheap rent and an easy paycheck, leave. Get out. Seriously, go home. Vietnam doesn't need more ghosts. It needs mentors. It needs people with purpose. People who understand the debt that we owe to this culture for allowing us to come in. And we do owe a debt. I owe a debt. That's what this YouTube channel is me paying it forward. Is me showing the world just how wonderful Vietnam is and how it has changed my life. Good, bad, but still, just to show you that Vietnam is not this dot on the map. This is a place of wonders, life, dreams, ambition. It is something more special than you realize. This advice I'm going to include myself in which I am doing, okay? But I'm going to include myself into this, okay? If you do care, then act like it. If you care about Vietnam, about this dream, act like it. Learn the language, take teaching, or if you're not teaching, if you're a digital nomad, take that seriously. If you're not doing that, if you're retired, take respecting the culture seriously. If you're not that, if you're just a visitor, if you're just traveling, then respect these Vietnamese people with the utmost respect. You're in their homes. You're a guest. You are not better. Trust me, this culture's been around 2,000 years. They know how to eat healthy. They know how to survive. They are fighters. There's honor. There's kindness. There's forgiveness. Don't throw stones in a glass house, okay? Don't come here thinking that, I know how easy it is to get trapped in bubbles, but come here with a little humility. Because whether you stay 1 year or 10, this country will change you. I want you to go back to my earliest videos. You don't have to, but if you're interested, go back to some of my earliest videos when I first came out here and watch as I've progressed through these 5 years. Okay? This country will change you. The question is, how much change will you let it? And will it be a positive change or a negative? Will you grow with it or sleep through it? I'm not perfect. Look, there's been times I've coasted too. I've wasted days. I've wanted to disappear. But one day I looked in the mirror and I asked, is this the man I came here to be? And every day, I'm not even talking about that in past tense. It's still something I do every day. When I have the courage to look myself in the mirror, I ask myself, is this the man I want to be? Is this why I came here for? And if you're still watching this, maybe it's time for you to ask the same. If I still have your attention at 11, 10 minutes, however long this video is, ask yourself the same. I know I don't make the best content, but this video is coming from my heart. And I hope that it's reaching a few of you. It's been a very stressful... There's a reason why I'm making this, okay? If you're still watching this, ask yourself the same. Because if you don't change your mind, if you can't and won't change your mind, okay? Vietnam won't change your life. And that's the most important thing I've realized over half a decade here. If this doesn't change, well then that Vietnamese flag, the Vietnamese people, this whole dream, this mission won't change your life in the ways that you need it to be. It's just a beautiful backdrop for a wasted one. Don't let that be you. You wanted a miracle, be one. For your students, for yourself, for your business, if it's a vacation, if you're retired, if for your wife, if you're married to a Vietnamese, whatever it is. You wanted a miracle. Don't just wait for it. Be that miracle. Be that change that you wish to see in the world, right? But like miracles, what I've learned about a miracle is you got to believe it. You got to want it. You can't just wait for it to land on your lap. If you want it, be it. Force it. Life will bend to your will. All right, so I'm just going to end with this, all right? Stop going through the motions, either no matter what reason you're here in Vietnam. And I'm going to do the same, all right? I know I've been having some negative videos. I've had some positive videos, but I am always learning, okay? Stop going through the motions. Every day, tell yourself to live with intent. Live with purpose. Live with purpose here. I'll even get this rabbit to tell you. Live with purpose. Do you know what that means? Okay? Live with intent. I want you just, if you remember, if anything about this video, remember that. Find intent, okay? And if you can't do that, at least have the courage to admit it to yourself. Alright. If you, guys, this was a hard video for me to think and to talk from my heart. So, look, if you appreciate it, if there's anything that you get from this, I'd appreciate it if you leave a like or maybe subscribe to the channel. I'm one person away from 800 views or subscribers, and my whole goal is just to share this love of Vietnam, and in return, learn more about myself, heal myself, find, like I said, find some kind of healing that I can't tell you about, but I desperately need. So, alright. Stay Vietnamese. And for the Vietnamese, my brothers, sisters, Vietnamese brothers and sisters, the ones who actually call me brother, That is an honor to be called a brother by a Vietnamese. Like, I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be the best I can for your country. I am trying to be a net positive. I am trying to uplift this culture, to contribute something. And I want you, the viewer, if you're either coming here or if you are here, to do the same. Vietnam means a lot to some people, and it means everything to others, myself included. Thank you.